Hello and welcome to the channel. We are down here at the Swanwick Marina British Motor Yacht Show to have a look at this rather lovely Princess Y72, courtesy of the fantastic team at Princess Motor Yacht Sales down here at Swanwick. What an incredible piece of kit to start with. I don't know where you can see that from there. Look at that beautiful run line of that hull window and the way it blends back into the engine air intake vents. Pretty impressive. So we will start on the bathing platform over here. Obviously high-low, and you can see there are the indents there to put the tender chocks in, so you can store a pretty decent tender on here. Stairways up either side, which always gives these boats a bit of a feel of a super yacht. If I just pop on board, little seat down there to watch the world go by. There is a bit of storage in here for stuff. Life raft could be a good example, but yeah, wet lines, fenders, anything you like in there. And then over here we have the it's very hard to do this with one hand, crew cabin. Now at this size of boat that you wouldn't necessarily, it is still at the size that could be owner operated, so this could be a crew cabin, or it could be storage, or it could be somewhere for kids. Either way, it is beautifully fitted out. I wouldn't mind being crew on this. Actually, I'd rather be captain, to be fair. A couple of double beds in there. If I spin the camera around, I'm 1m73. There's still plenty of headroom in here. Plenty of storage all the way around here. Finish is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, there's ventilation there through that little window. More storage over there. We take a turn in here. We then have shower. Behind here, it's a very clever door. So that door shuts that way, look. I'll take a step back in here and becomes that door there. But if you want to use the loo, which is in there, and again, beautifully finished, Corian worktops, lovely woodwork. That door then effectively shuts into there to become, I take a step back, the loo for the heads. And then in here you can see shower. Behind me is sort of a lazarette area or technical space. We've got the hydraulic systems for the bow thrusters, battery boxes, power, and just a little bit of storage dotted around the place. And behind us here we have a 2-stack generator, one down the bottom there, one at the top, and engine access through here. So in fact, there you go. While we're here, we will quickly do the engines. So here we have a couple of V12 MAN diesels. They are 1650s per side. Very, very powerful. That's going to give you 34 to 36 knots as a maximum cruising speed. All the air conditioning chiller units over there. Raw water strainer over there. She's obviously on shafts, and you can see just down there is your shaft. So very, very capable, very, very reliable engines, those MANs. So we normally do that last, but as we're here, it just seemed to make a lot of sense to do those engines now. And we'll continue with the rest of the tour. So swing around, we'll just, out of courtesy, pull that too for the lovely people here. Then these steps take you forward to the aft cockpit, which then gives you this lovely dining area here. There is obviously secondary access to the engine bay / lazarettes down there as well. We didn't look at it the other side, but look at the quality and gauge of those stainless steel fairleads and cleats and winch. Little kitchen extension area over there. The usual pop-up window that Princess do. Beautiful, thick quality stainless steel sliding door. I just wanted to show you while we're over here this little aft steering. So we looked in the engine bay at those hydraulic units for the bow and stern thrusters. They're powering those two switches effectively, and then you've got throttle controllers there as well. So what a great place to stand when you're mooring stern to, as we are here, to bring your boat in. Lovely big overhang from this huge Flybridge, which we will go and have a look at. Actually, we're going to do that first, I think, while there's no one about. So up on the Flybridge, mix it up a bit. As soon as you come up, first thing you're greeted with is this lovely capable galley area. Drawer fridge in there, the usual Kenyan grill in there, sink, little serving area, which then serves straight across to this rather fantastic entertaining dining area. This middle insert here can pull out, so you can effectively move around and have it more for casual dining. The aft deck area here is then covered with this very, very large sun lounger with storage underneath, and then extending the hard top is this bimini. Do apologise, it is a bit windy here at the moment. We run forwards, more seating up front, keep the captain and the skipper company as you're going along, or just a great place to chill out. And then over this side we have captains and skippers chairs. If I stand right in the corner here, it gives you an idea of the scale of this Flybridge. And then above us, these very, very clever louvered blinds. Now I didn't realise, I've seen these before, but each louver has its own little rubber section, so they actually seal very, very watertight, and you can move them around as you like. Very, very clever system. And then helm station up top, which I suspect is a mirror of what we see down below, and then your view forwards. It's that rather lovely foredeck area. Now these foredeck areas are becoming more and more popular, particularly in most countries around the Med and in the US as well. You tend to more stern to, which means if you're in a busy port, it's not very private mooring stern to. So if we then follow our line and head forwards, bit of dining area here with a couple of beautiful little stools. Love the walnut floor, being fed directly from the galley over on the port side. Big domestic fridge freezer down there. Single step down here drops you down to the galley. My favourite thing on all boats is a dishwasher, obviously perhaps after the engines. When you've got Mila cooking and hob there, a bit more storage above, and that naturally flows through on one single level all the way forward to this incredible relaxing entertaining space. Big run of sofas on the starboard side, quite nice actually, because under these sofas, instead of having lift up cushions, you've got beautifully running drawers. Little twin sofa on the port side, and these rather lovely stools which are operating effectively a bar effect from the galley. More storage over there. Obviously you can see here the light flooding in through these vast hull superstructure windows, and the lovely detailing. Now I'm sure there's an LED light that runs under there, but how beautiful is that? So if we march forward, now the great thing once you get to a yacht of this size is you can start to have self-contained cabins. So rather than having a stern cabin, you've got a midships cabin there with its own access point. The rest of the cabins are down there, but if we carry on forward, look at this beautiful little slot here. Great place to keep the skipper company, or just to chill out in the sun as we are here and have your morning espresso. Helm station's over on this side. Beautiful Princess in-house seats. Side access door to the side decks, and then across here, hydraulic proportional bow and stern thrusters. Then you've got your man throttle controllers here, engine systems, start-stop switches, and 3 decent-sized Raymarine screens, and your view forward if you were the skipper. Little opening window on that side. A few steps down, takes us forward. We'll go forward first, past the AC controller and the AC and DC switch panel, into the lobby. I think, if I'm right, past the washing machine, washer dryer in there. Takes us forward to the forward VIP, which in itself is just beautiful. I do love the louvered wood effect that Princess do. Big hull window, wardrobe over there, ensuite behind us, with that sort of signature Princess moulded Corian worktop, storage behind the mirrors, very large and beautiful shower, handheld and rainfall, benefiting from opening port. And then behind us here we have heated towel rail, which is always a good idea on a boat. Not every boat spends its time in the Med, so sometimes it's nice to have someone to dry the towels off. And then in the doorway here, full standing headroom. I'm 1.73 m, plenty of headroom there. More storage over the far side, mirror, and then that moulded in TV. So we then head backwards out of the VIP. We're then met by effectively the shared heads for the rest of this deck. shower, heads, window, Jack and Jill door through to the second twin cabin, which is in here. Wardrobe storage there, big run of hull window with 2 opening ports, and again that beautiful effect, sort of walnut into fabric. Just a combination of light and dark I find really, really attractive. So then across to the other companionway to the other cabin. So this is the second twin cabin, and I'm sure both of these twin cabins can be made into doubles. Storage underneath there, another hull window, again acres of headroom in here. There is a little cutaway over here, but that still gives you headroom between the beds. So there's carrying a lot of height into the superstructure here. TV behind us here. And then if we go back up these steps, so that's effectively 3 cabins forward, 2 heads, and then down here, if we go down here, past this beautiful moulding in the stairways, down these lovely steps. I'm not going to show you every piece of storage, but this is quite clever. So they're maximising all the available space. There's a big locker in there. Lovely view out that hull window. Running this circular stairway down. More storage in there. Big mirror at the bottom of the stairs into the master. Just incredible. Again, I love that louvered, fluted, I'm not sure what it's called, woodwork, running into that fabric. Very large hull window. Lovely little fitted in sofa there. If I come all the way over here, you can then see moulded in TV. Same thing again, same level of headroom across all of these lower cabins. Nice vanity unit down here. Leather stitched. How beautiful that is. A proper chair, not a stool, but a proper chair. And then behind us we have the ensuite. Now this is clever. So first of all, I'm just going to show you this beautiful woodwork. But this whole wall here acts as an air gap between the engine bay. A bit more storage down here before we go into the heads. Double wardrobe in there. Beautiful moulded Korean worktop there. His and hers, hers and hers, his and his. A huge mirror running right the way across that bulkhead. Again, nicely another heated towel rail, and then a rather lovely shower unit in here. And again, if you weren't in at the pontoons, you could shower whilst watching the waves lap around you. Just incredible. So we've already done the engine bay, so the last thing we need to do before we say goodbye and thank Princess for letting us have a look around their fabulously beautiful yacht is a quick tour around the deck. So we'll have a quick circuit around the decks. So it is a little bit windy, so do bear with me. Nice deep big bulwarks. So this rail here is hip height for me, and the size of that rail is actually pretty decent. Beautiful sculpted inset or overhang from the Flybridge there. Big windows. Decent midships cleat there. A few steps up is bringing you forward. And obviously they're raising these steps up to give you that headroom down below. There's that opening window. Another midships cleat. Takes us forward to this rather beautiful foredeck area. Storage in here for covers and warps. And this is sort of the standard Princess foredeck layout, which is very practical. Little coffee table down there, storage under all of those seats. Quick peek up top to that Flybridge. 2-piece windscreen with purposeful wipers. And then forward here we have more seating, lounging really, with pop-up backrests. Couple of storage lockers, one shallower one there with the deck wash in it. Beautiful moulded in fair leads, cleats, anchor winch, and then down here I wanted to show you this because this is an anchor locker that's almost got headroom in it. The size of that, absolutely vast. We'll just shut that down. So there you go. Hope you've enjoyed the tour. If you have, do please like and subscribe. It makes a massive difference to us on the channel. As I say, I think only around 10% of the people that watch these videos are subscribing. Lots and lots of people are watching, which is great. Thank you very much. But I'd love it if a few more people would subscribe. So we shall say thank you very, very much for Princess Motor Yacht Sales for letting us have a look around. And I will see you next time round. Thank you very much for watching.